Wow. You guys are super early. Uh, okay. Let's talk about House of X. All right, let's talk about House of X and Moira McTaggart. All right. Okay, here's the thing. Aside from when I first read the X-Men, I've never really been confused by it, right? There's never really been an instance where I sat down and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And I thought I had what Hickman was doing sorted out. Do I not, like, am I wrong? Because from my understanding with House of X, the way House of X played out, especially like with Moira McTaggart, is she dies and she's reborn, but she's not reborn as the same person, right? She's not reborn with the same experiences and all that kind of stuff. Like, she's just reborn as a person. Um, I mean, maybe it is like Tom Cruise's Edge of Tomorrow, right? Where like she dies and she's reborn, and it's basically. I mean, I know that she remembers everything from before, but she's reborn as the exact same person over and over and over again every single time she dies. But she always remembers. Uh, hmm. Okay, well maybe I got that wrong because I didn't think that was the case. Like I didn't think that was the case. What's up, Kendall Taylor, Rob Core for life? The only reason I just want to make sure that I have it right so I can correct it in the next video. But um, what's going on? Wow, everybody's showing up now. Huge clouds, yeah. Hey, you guys want to see something cool? Check this out. Maybe there we go. That's my productivity setup now. It's pretty cool. I need to do a setup video on it. Um, okay, yes, let's talk about this. Uh, because I'm okay. Somebody tell me, this is gonna be kind of weird. This is gonna be a weird thing to do. Give me your perspective on Moira Taggart from House of X. Is it like Edge of Tomorrow? Because if it was like Edge of Tomorrow, then make it a whole lot simpler. Thanks, dude. I will. Yeah, House of X is really awesome. His Avengers from 2013 is insane. She creates a new timeline every time she dies. That much I get. She's in a Groundhog Day loop. I didn't think that was the case. Every time she dies, she comes back because she comes back like it's a separate life for her, right? I mean like the family she was born into, all that kind of stuff is different. But there are things that always remain the same. Like she always runs into Charles Xavier. She always ends up like eventually she falls in love with Charles Xavier, but Xavier's always part of the picture, right? Like she always comes across that circumstance where she goes on and eventually like encounters him and meets him, right? Like how she reacts with him is different in every video, but or I'm sorry, different in every timeline. But I thought that she'd been through 11. Like the current one is the 11th timeline, like the one where she died, and then like the one where she died when she was 13, when she was a little kid, and the current one is the 11th timeline. Huh. The exact same family, all that kind of stuff. Okay, well, I guess I need to fix that then. Because I didn't think it was Edge of Tomorrow. Like, I didn't think it was an Edge of Tomorrow storyline. See, that's what I'm wondering now. Alternate universe scenarios. Because if she's born and she's 13, and then she dies of the flu or whatever it is, she dies of like the fever, whatever it was, then she's reincarnated, then there's a reality where that goes on without her in it. And then in the second universe, if she goes forward, she creates the cure, and then she's killed by Destiny and Mystique, then that timeline continues on. So I guess as the case, there's 9 timelines that have been created by Moira McTaggart's existence so far, and then I guess we're in the 10th. See, I thought that's what he wasn't going for. Like I thought he wasn't going for that, but yeah, this like I've never been baffled by X-Men in my life. Like I have never been confused by the X-Men in my entire life. And Hickman is 2 issues into House of X, and he's already baffled me. Like okay, so that's kind of no usually. It's kind of weird, but huh, that's kind of wild. It's mind numbing. Yeah, well, it's not really mind numbing, but um, that's what it looks like when she dies. She just goes back and restarts again, right? So it's like her life ends, and then she goes back to the very beginning and goes forward. Here's the thing. See, a lot of people will give me shit about that, right? But here's the important thing to keep in mind. Like there's like there see to me there was never anything wrong with reaching out and being like, hey guys, so like maybe I have this wrong, like somebody help me if I'm wrong or something like that. And people are just like how can you be comics explained if you get shit wrong? Oh, because I'm human. But no, it's this is interesting. See, if that's the case, that changes up everything then, because what it does now, if there's alternate realities out there, what it does is it can set more, like Moira McTaggart, she already telepathically allowed Charles Xavier to read her mind and see all of her lives. So now it goes forward, and because here's the thing, I don't think her being reborn erases the timeline. Like I don't think her being reborn like erases the timeline in its entirety. Like, well, okay, so that's no, okay, because here's the thing. So like my thought was we were in the 11th timeline. I'm sorry, we were not in the 11th timeline, because when she was 13 years old, she had the flu or the fever, whatever it was, and then like her powers manifested. I guess she came back just fine. I don't know. It's weird, but like I don't think there's any reason to believe the timeline will be erased, right? Because the timeline exists because of her actions, but her dying does not like keep the timeline from existing. She just reincarnates, and that's basically it. But yeah, she just creates another time. That'd be my thought. Like the only way to eliminate that timeline would be to eradicate, like, would be to go back to a point before, and like she never does anything that leads to that timeline, right? So like she never goes to Magneto, she never goes to Apocalypse or any of those guys, and they never launch their attacks against humanity. But even then, like you've created a timeline where that never happened. So there's no way to avoid new timeline creation. I mean, God, that's crazy. No, I don't think she resets time when she's reborn. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think she resets time or anything when she's born. But I don't really have any Marvel collectibles for the most part. But you guys want to see something cool? Check this out. Here's something kind of bonkers. All right, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it very well. I'll try to make it so you guys can see it. But there's a CGC Phoenix Force, the part of the Dark Phoenix Saga, and then Dark Phoenix Saga. So those are really cool. And then here's something really badass. All right, here's something really badass that I want to show you guys. I got this at San Diego Comic-Con. All right, this right here. Look at this. Giant size X-Men #1. I had it autographed by Jonathan Hickman, and he made it out to me directly. So like, it's like I'm never gonna sell that thing. And even if I wanted to, it'd be worthless, right? Because it's made out to me directly. So it's like, to Rob from Jonathan Hickman. I was like, that's badass. Yeah. Giant size X-Men #1. It's pretty badass. Like I'm pretty hyped about it. But, well, yeah, I guess it kind of is. Yeah, the modern era of the X-Men started there. So, but it's pretty sweet. So what if it's explained that she created the Days of Future Past timeline? See, okay, because Hickman could do that. That's the issue. See, I thought Hickman was trying to avoid alternate realities, and I thought that's possible. But see, the Days of Future Past was caused by Mystique and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants killing Senator Robert Kelly, Moira McTaggart, and Professor X, right? So it was their actions that led to the death, led to the Days of Future Past storyline. It wasn't really Moira McTaggart. It'd be different if Days of Future Past was like there was no real indication of how it started. It just happened, and then it just ended. In that case, Hickman could do something with it, but at the moment, there's nothing to indicate that she's the cause of it. So, oh yeah, it's badass. Like I'm gonna keep that forever. Okay, my GoPro is all hooked up. Does she have anything to do with Age of X-Men? I don't think so. See, that's the question though, because now everything spirals out. It could just be one of these things where Hickman's like the only timelines Moira McTaggart caused. My channel's not letting you unsubscribe. Oh, okay. Well, you just refresh. You might have to refresh a couple times and then hit unsub if that's what you want to do. But no, there's like, it could be that Hickman comes along and just says like, that's it. Like the realities that are there are the only realities that she, like the ones that he specifies are the only ones that she's created. But yeah, I know we're missing the 6th timeline, but I don't know. Hickman will probably come back and address that later on, right? I mean, it's the Living Tribunal effect, right? Like the Living Tribunal dies at the near the beginning of Avengers and New Avengers by Jonathan Hickman, and then you don't find out until near the end how that happened, But like you don't find out until the end about how that happened. Probably because I got House of X wrong. Sometimes I get these weird finicky fans where they're like, "You got a thing wrong, unsub." Like it's kind of weird to me. I mean, they want to unsubscribe over that. I don't have a problem with it. Uh, but yeah, like it's nuts. This is why it's important to have fans that like are as knowledgeable, if not more knowledgeable about comics, right? Because then you can hit them up and just be like, "Hey, so like correct me if I'm wrong here." But it's nuts. I will say this, like the fact that Hickman could baffle me on the X-Men really kind of like it takes me by surprise a little bit. But I also need to figure out what I'm gonna do for lunch. Like I need to figure out what I'm gonna eat. Mariah's on her way to Puerto Rico, so that means there we go. Turn that off. Um Mariah's on her way to Puerto Rico, so that means I have the house to myself until tomorrow when I leave to go on my vacation. I'm actually driving down the, Pacific Coast Highway. So I need to figure out what I'm going to make myself for lunch. Maybe I'll order Taco Bell or something like that. But you want to taste my cinnamon nipples? A little weird. What sounds good for lunch, guys? What should I get for lunch? No, we had pizza last night. I don't want to cook anything because I'm going to be leaving. So, hot wings, Chipotle. I don't know, fool. Ham sandwich. Jimmy John's sounds good. A salad, chicken, Dan's hamburgers. Dan's hamburgers don't have anything on my hamburgers. Open my fridge and let's see. Here's the problem with having a great woman in the house is everything in the fridge is stuff that you have to like cook or like you have to put things together to make something as opposed to just having like something quick that you can just like throw in the microwave and heat up. There's no like White Castle sandwiches in the freezer. You know, do a fridge tour. You guys want to see a refrigerator tour? All right, hold on a second. Let me show you the fridge. Hold on one second. Okay, so here's what we got in the freezer. There's some bacon in there. There's no In-N-Out in Colorado. It'd be nice if there was. And then that stuff there. And then there's pasta in there. And there's some mango chunks down there. Bacon is always good. And then in the fridge, there's some beers, which I'm going to get one of those here in a second. And there's some bacon up there. I could just make like bacon and eggs. But, oh yeah, bacon in the freezer. You got to save that stuff. There's some milk. Maybe make myself some breakfast. I don't know. And then vegetables and cheese down there. So, yeah. It's, Whataburger? That would be awesome. Wade Wilson says chimichangas. Check this out. Look at that. It lights up. For some reason, people love that. For some reason, like whenever I do periscopes, people would go nuts over the refrigerator that would light up whenever I did that. So, Nature's Own Bread. Let's see, it's a sad fridge. But like that's the thing, is like usually we're always cooking and stuff. So, like, see, back when it was just me, when I was single, that refrigerator would be filled with Monster Energy drink and like some steak, and like that would basically be it. Yeah, I don't think there's any steaks in the fridge. See, even then I'd have to thaw them out. So maybe I'll just like DoorDash and Taco Bell or something. I don't know. A toasted BLT with eggs. I could do that. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I think we have lettuce down there in the vegetables. I'm not sure, but as long as there's bacon in the fridge. Uber Eats. Dude, bacon, eggs, add some cheese, and dice up a bit of one of those tomatoes. Yeah, maybe. But like, I'm currently cleaning up everything in the house, or cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff in the house. I don't want to have to like do that. Plus, I'm also recording audio, so kind of like really tied up. But Alpha Flight. You got back into comics because of my channel? That's awesome. No, you can never go wrong with bacon. Bacon and eggs. Order some home fries and sausage. An omelet. We need Psylocke. French toast. Cyclops was right. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce off here, guys. I'm gonna get back to work with getting all this stuff sorted out. But thanks for the heads up, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's one of the reasons why I love having you guys as fans, because whenever I get confused about stuff, you guys can always kind of help me clarify it a little bit, right? Like, I've got the whole history element locked down, but from time to time, I do get kind of baffled by whatever it is that some writer's doing. It's kind of the price you pay when you go issue by issue. So, but I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all the help and everything. And yeah, I will catch you all later. Peace.